Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports, Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over the NBA game for Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. I'm going to show you some quick highlights of both sides, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon with my picks always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We are going to be looking at Game 5 between the Bucks and the Nets. Series tied 2-2. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian, and Hebrew calendar. This side is what I call my game numbers. Up top here is the away team, their season record, their postseason record, and their coach's record. In the middle here is the head-to-head between the two. At the bottom is the home team, their season record, their postseason record, their coach's record. And then up top here is just some tidbits. It's the fifth game. It's tied 2-2. So somebody's going to go 3-2 in this series. It's the 60th NBA playoff game. And potentially Game 6 would be the 63rd NBA playoff game. So Nets, just depending on who's playing for them in Game 5. Is Kyrie Irving still out? We won't know. We still have a couple of days till the game. 48 hours. We'll see if he's playing. Is Harden going to play? We don't know. He hasn't played all series since the first when he went out in a few seconds. Those guys aren't playing, and it's just Durant. I don't know how much Gematria is going to save them. I don't know. It's hard to fathom, Durant beating the Bucks. But maybe there's some numbers here. There's some numbers here for them to win Game 5, and I don't know how much it's going to help them, but there's some numbers here to win Game 5. So let's start with that. Game 5, emphasis on the 5. The Nets can get their 55th win for the season. In Game 5 of the series, they would become 9-11 head-to-head against the Bucks with the win in New York. Everyone loves that 9/11 New York connection. They're going to be playing in Brooklyn, New York. 9/11. 9/11 is the 156th prime number. It's going to be the 15th of June, 15/6, like 156. So that's a pretty good thing for them, I think, going. What else? What else? What else? Nets can get their 34th home win. I know 34 is what Giannis, the number he wears. Maybe that's symbolic for them to get that. I think the Bucks also some to 34. Yeah, Bucks some to 34. So maybe them getting their 34th home win in New York as they go 9/11 in New York, 156 prime number, 15th day of the 6th month of June, 156. Nets could get their 70th win. Let's see what 70 has. 70, 29, 79. So that has that 34 number too. Has that 79. We just saw that with the word Bucks. 79, 30, 34. So maybe that's a thing for the Nets getting that 34th home win, 70th postseason win as a team. 70 sums to 34, 79. The word Bucks sums to 34, 79. 79 is the 22nd prime number, and Bucks would be sitting on 22 road wins with a loss. What else? We got this 4-4 here. This could potentially play for Game 6. So If Nets win this game, they become 4-4 head-to-head against the Bucks for the season, like 44. And Game 6 will be played on the 17th, which has 44 date numerology. So that could be a good look for them. And for the Bucks, this is their 81st game, but their next game is going to be their 82nd game, obviously. And in this game, it's the Nets' 82nd game. And where I'm getting at is 82 sums to 132. And Bucks can sit on 132 postseason wins as a team in Game 5, and that's 82nd game. And then in Game 6, it'll be their 82nd game, and they'll still be sitting on that 132. 132, or excuse me, 82 sums to 132. Also, it would support the 9/11 156 prime number. Is Game 6 has 28 date numerology. 28 sums to 156. But if we're going to bring that up, I would also have to say Nets could potentially go into Game 6 with 28 losses for the season, as Bucks sit on 28 losses for the season with the win in Game 5. And we just now found out 28 sums to 156 as well. And it will be the 15th day of June, 156. So in Game 5, if we're going to start to look at the Bucks to win this game, it could be the 28 here for in favor of the Bucks. Nets getting their 28th loss. 28 sums to 156. Nets would sit on 54 wins for the season with the loss. It will be the 5th day of the 4th month on the Hebrew religious. It's probably why they came into this game sitting on 54 on the 5th day of the 4th month, like 54. This day has 42 date numerology. 42 sums to 142. And Bucks can sit on 142 postseason losses with a win, as they sit on that 28. They would sit on 83 all-time head-to-head losses against the Nets on a day leaving 83 left in the Hebrew Civil. It's 199 left on the Gregorian, and it's the 199th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two. It would be interesting to see if Brooklyn Nets coach, and it would also be for them for the season, since this is the coach's first season on the Brooklyn Nets. If they lose this game, Game 5, he would become 6-4 postseason for a record. And the words Brooklyn Nets, if I spelled it correctly, I think I did, sums to 64. And so it'd be interesting if the coach becomes 6-4 postseason in his first year. Of course, the Nets would also become 6-4 postseason for this season with the loss. And then Game 6 is played on a day with 64 date numerology. So 28 and 64. So the Nets coach can come in 6-4, sitting on 28 losses for the season, as Bucks sit on 28. Or the Nets could go in 4-4 head-to-head against the Bucks with the win on a day with 44 date numerology. So there's two different ways you can look at it. It will be the 7th day of the 4th month on the Hebrew religious, like 74. And if Bucks win Game 5, they could have a potential win in Game 6 to end the series 4-2, like 42. 42 sums to 142. It also sums to 74. It would be the 7th day of the 4th month on the Hebrew religious, like 74. A day with 92 date numerology on the Gregorian. Nets would come in with 92. Not on 92 date numerology on the Gregorian, but 92 date numerology on the Hebrew, the 7th day of the 4th month. Nets would come in with 92 postseason losses as a team. But 74, Bucks could finish the Nets 4-2 for the series, like 42. 42 sums to 74, as they sit on 142 postseason losses with the win. And then Bucks would become 8-2, like 82 for the season, postseason this year, in their 82nd game. So yeah, there's a narrative here for Bucks to close Nets out in 6. But there's some numbers here for Nets to also win Game 5, which would force it potentially to either Nets to close it out in 6 with that 42 connection. So if either whoever wins Game 5 could potentially close it out in Game 6, basically, because whoever goes up 3-2 is going to have that opportunity to close it 4-2, and 42 sums to 74. It'll be the 7th day of the 4th month. 42 also sums to 142, which is why I was looking towards the Bucks a little bit, because they would be sitting on 142 postseason losses with the win to do that. And then you have the 6-4, and there's 28 potentially. But there's that 9-11. I know 9-11 in New York tend to just go hand in hand. It will be a Game 5 in New York. Emphasis on the 5, and Nets could get their 55th win. So we'll just have to see who's playing. See if Kyrie is out for Game 5, or if what's Harden ever going to come back. What's his timeline? We'll just have to see who's playing. Because if those guys aren't playing, I don't know if it's going to help these dudes. But I appreciate, hopefully this helps. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the support. And I hope you guys win all your picks and win all the money you want.